Hey, on time and even a few seconds early. Man, I'm going to set a precedent. What's the 4 o'clock shadow coming to? Well, we'll find out today on the 4 o'clock shadow. Promise. Only a did go go. Hello, what's going on? Man, so much to get to. Look, man, good thing Elsie, had it in a bag, my Doctor Who hoodie came in. I guess I'm gonna have to lose some weight, you know. Okay, that's a big enough hood. It even encompassed my. You don't see this one much because this one's over there. Couldn't find the one with the white ball on it. Here's the blue ball, you know. But hell, Shadowhawk, and you know what? You could have came on today. They said 31st, and. But anyway, Shadowhawk will be. We got our 20 hours on StreamYard back today. Already had this one set up. Sorry, buddy. But we'll see you tomorrow. Omer Glitch in the house already, and Shadowhawk, and others. Yeah, this thing's. I told him it was probably going to be too tight. I mean, if I zip this up, it'd be like, but and you know, I see a little blurring. Not so. So I bet you made in China knockoff, but still, buddy. Elsie sent this to me. It stayed out in the rain all. Here we go. Mirror cam. There we go. Now you can read it. That's something, but that's reversed. Police public call box. But this lettering is not as sharp as it could be. That tells me it's a knockoff. It's hot as hell because it's nylon, which will keep you warm in the winter. Let me get that back to where it's going. There we go. Hey, the shower's over there. Now, it's Mama Hawk's birthday today anyway, no problem. Okay, well, okay, that worked out good. I got the Jody Whittaker tie. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's okay. It's a little bit snug. It's not like I think I'm 259 pounds. And I weighed myself the other day. But, down the sleeve. Yeah, I've seen some. Don't know if this is official BBC or not, but, it's, official enough for me. What the hell? That's what you have when you have cords. But man, that's hot as hell, and we're not going with that today. In fact, I'm going to go off camera and take this thing off. It is warmed up finally. Woo! Wow. Ooh, whew. My head cool off for a minute. Ooh, that nice cool cap. That feels good. Yes, got past. Mama Hawk's birthday. Now, see, I didn't transcribe that yet from the old calendar to the new calendar, so I'm behind, But happy birthday, Mama Hawk. I make a pretty good, cup of coffee, actually, minus the lime. This is lime juice stuff. For me, I find it hard to drink without lime juice anymore. Yesterday's show, 83 views. Not total, not total. Don't panic. Not that anybody was. But let's see. Let's go live here. Let's go live. We're already live. Okay. Total 88 views totally on enhanced covers and autographs. Yesterday's episode. YouTube, what is it? YouTube Studio. Yeah. Tells me 83 at the close. People watched about 16 and a half minutes, peak of 12 people. couldn't ask for more. I mean, when you take a look, just take a look at the people you're subscribed to. Look at the views they're getting. That's. I mean, Homer Glitch with the Hump Day Show, he's knocking it out of the park. I'm not even doing that well, and I stream on here every day. You know, but draw. I think draw streams. You know, are a thing. People like to see art created. Yeah, I've tried to rest. I've actually watched some early '90s Avengers cartoon. Went through, I guess, the first or maybe the complete series. I don't know. And it was bootleg. Got it off eBay years ago and watched it. Actually, pretty good on rewatch. I mean, they had some funky designs in that. For the Avengers costumes. In fact, they had different costumes. For the characters on different assignments and were more armored up. It was the '90s, and they were, probably competing with the image, at that time. A little bit of campaign news. Let me just share this with you. If I can get on the right screen. Here we go. There we go. Devil Flyer, a Devil's Weapon. Although, that's just the title really of the Devil Flyer story. I guess it could be for the whole book, you know, him being the principal character. But we got a new backer, 3,652. I noticed the backer count went up to 63. So there we go. We're at 183%. We're going to relaunch on Red Valkyries. I might be on Red Valkyries tonight. I don't know. Really, these later shows, I've been really trying to stay focused and do what I want to do, during this time. And I've got yesterday I didn't say anything because Omer was on here and I was like, wondering if I should say anything. But thanks for the new backing. Almost 3,700. We'll get past 4,000. I'm sure of that. My personal goal has, been 4,000 all along. I thought that was doable in the time given, and I think also, we got a good shot to possibly get 5,000 with this campaign. Remember when campaigns got $5,000 very easily? And some of you are old enough to remember when campaigns didn't even get that much. Carrie in the house. Hey, old campaign news. Yeah, campaign news. New backer. I don't know what cover they bought, Probably Dillard's cover, because that's pretty dope cover, main cover, but you never know. Yeah, we're gonna totally renew that. Have a momentum makeover in March. March and May, M months, so those have to be, and we're going to carry it up, at least, I would say, at least to May, I hope to fulfill sometime in June or July, hopefully. Make no promises. Might hopefully earlier, but I've got a lot of lettering that's going to have to be done by Keith, or others. Now, Hockey, he's going to letter his 2-page story. He's already done 1 page. The Devil Flyer 29 pages are already lettered. It's finished. That one's been done. Hey, PBR. But yeah, things are looking up. I made a sell on eBay. It was a John Buscema production piece, an acetate dual level. One sheet has the lettering on it. One has the artwork. Nice, very nice Silver Surfer page in color, done for omnibus or some collection. I don't know. But beautiful page. Sold it way too cheap, really. I mean, for the beauty of it. But at the time, for what I gave for it, I probably put the price up there pretty well. But glad to make that sale. We've got some tax money coming in, not much. Got a new backer, so got a little income coming in. Yay! And I still have one tax year to file, which I will be doing toot sweet. Makeover will be Jimmy Ray's cover reveal. Yes, it will, Carrie. And also brand new art, trading card set, sticker book, uh, bog supplement drawn by me and with flashback scenes and stuff worked in there, pages from Rob Ewing that I'm looking at now. And again, my promise, I was thinking about again this earlier today. Every book from Momentum Comics is going to be a first appearance of something. It may be the Pogo plane or the Baxter building, something like that, but it'll be some new element that is a first appearance that's significant. Right now, it's easy because I'm introducing all these characters as quickly as I can. Uh, I can't even tell you yet because the art hasn't been done by Rob, how many characters are going to be jam packed, at least their first cameo appearances, first full appearances in this. It's going to be one of the greatest value as far as first appearances in Comic Skate or whatever, whatever you want to call it in comics. Is Gable doing any lettering for you? I don't have him slated to do any. Uh, pretty much I had those two stories, Hockey doing the one and John Fernandez did the Devil Flyer story. And I just assumed Keith Gleason he's got a phenomenal right. He's lettering and I like his stuff. But yeah, I could consider Gable, if Keith can't do it all, I consider Gable. I've not seen any of his samples. So Gable, if you're out there and want to send me some samples, what is Eric, already gone? Oh, hiya. I misread that and I thought it said see ya, Eric. Because Eric pops in, he's like, you know, I gotta go for whatever reasons. Gotta go shopping, gotta, getting stressed out because of Trump, talking politics or scat or, love you, Eric, more than you know. But and Eric, Eric and Boyd is our, maybe some of you new reviewers don't know this, but Eric was the grand prize winner. He's going to get everything. He's going to get the tapestry, the standee, the sticker book, and I just keep adding to it. He's going to be one of those few that gets 16 trading cards or maybe more. And that's just trading cards. If you don't back this book, you're freaking crazy. You're freaking crazy. If if just one person will post everything, maybe Eric and Boyd will be the guy that does it, because he was our grand prize winner of our tragic meatloaf of our TM mystery, total mystery. He was strong. He tried hard for 3 weeks and he wasn't the only one, and some got real close, but no cigar. Eric won it. He gets everything. Eric and Boyd says it was just that one day about the politics. Yeah. I talk about it frequently. I was just having a stressful day, nothing to do with you. Okay. Yeah. And Carrie, she kind of brought that up, but I was just trying to address that for her. Pretty sure Gable did some lettering for Melvin. Okay. But was it any good? you know, I get suggestions all the time. Why don't you hire this person and that person? And it's like, okay, you might think their artwork's good. It may not be up to my standards. Not everybody's an ohm or glitch. I share things I receive. Good. So at least we'll get one post, hopefully out on X. and you'll be getting everything, Eric. The grand prize, and maybe you can send me a photo, and then I'll even make an announcement. Here's our grand prize winner of the and then Lorenzo's too. Hopefully, he'll do that with his. He doesn't get as much stuff as you, but he'll get a good fair bit. Um, yeah, and then just lay that stuff out and take a big picture of it. You're going to have to really back away from that to take a picture of all the stuff that's going to be on the campaign. It's going to blow some people's mind. I'm here to produce product. F this, I'm not going to be outdone by anyone. Like Gable Pennyshot says, momentum universe. What's he say? Momentum universe coming in 2025, big time. Absolutely. Gable helped with lettering for Mr. Muck. He did a great job. He thought he didn't do a good enough job, but he did. Okay. Well, I'll ask him for samples. Gable's got a lot of great story ideas. I know that. Cool. I'm gonna have to hit Gable up for Battlehawk. There you go. But now, I talked to Keith Gleason back March on this show, March of last year, about lettering, most of the book. So, and I've seen his stuff, and I'm very happy with his page rate and happy to give him some work. I don't think that there's anybody as deserving, of some love as Keith Gleason. He's a hard-working guy. He goes to all those conventions, all those wrestling matches, does streaming, all kinds of stuff. Do hit him up, Shadowhawk Talks. I was checking messages on the Xer. So I finished the first season of Daniel Boone, which is by far, I think, storytelling wise. And Gene Roddenberry didn't tell any of those stories. He didn't come on till, I think, season 2 or 3, and he did a lot of that. And his stories are good. Don't get me wrong, but it seemed like it was more, I don't know, that first season. Rarely is your first season your best season, because you're kind of establishing blah blah blah. But with Daniel Boone, man, it's that first season. I'm not saying you could watch that and then end it. It'd hook you. And there are some. I mean, there's not a bad season of Daniel Boone, okay, but I think the first season is a cut of above that aired in all of the first season aired in 1964 is a cut above the rest. That's just my recommendation, for Daniel Boone. Any of you. Keith Gleason is cool. Absolutely. I mean, look, man, 2 years in development, and he's got the Breakfast Brawlers. He's done like a box set, his own, everybody's like, when Ethan come out with the Cyberfrog box and everything, oh, cool idea. And then everybody starts doing it. But Keith, he's like cereal box. So cool. Of course, he's a big cereal eater and probably collects the boxes and the premiums and stuff like that. I see this lettering in Mr. Muck's, and it was all very nice. Yeah. Well, excuse me. I'm not saying any of you are wrong, but I like to see it for myself and make up my own mind. No matter how many people recommend, I like to make up my own mind, look at it, and see if that's what I'm looking for, because when it comes to lettering is a very specific art form. And as you know, bad inking can take you out of a comic book. Bad lettering, definitely. Bad coloring, definitely. Although I heard this on a stream, maybe just yesterday, that most modern, it might have been even Marcus Killigrew said this. I'm not sure, but that maybe in the chat. I can't remember. But yeah, I agree. And I and Shadowhawk have talked about this a lot. That modern coloring just doesn't do it for us that much. Hey, it's the freaking weekend. Mama Hawk's birthday. Are you doing anything special for Mama Hawk's birthday, Shadowhawk? He did even better for chapter 2. Nothing fancy, but he placed the dialogue exactly where I wanted. I understand, Rex, we are just talking about Gable. I'm not certain how far he can go with the lettering. Yeah. Um, there's serviceable and then there's wow, you know. And I'm not saying I'm looking for wow. But and I'm not saying he can't do a good job. Not at all. You know. I just want to see it for myself. I want to see examples of his lettering, you know. Because he's got to go a long way to really beat Keith. Keith's really good. He's doing Galaxy Memorial Park and his own books and stuff. And he's done multiple books, by this time. And he's just, I'm sure, leveled up on that. As a letterer, you should get better and better. I agree. I dislike the modern coloring stuff. Rarely do I see anything great. Yeah. And it's very dark, you know, we've discussed that before. Dark coloring on the covers and stuff. It doesn't grab me at all, and there's no reason why. It's almost like bad CG, you know, like Wonder Woman 84, bad CG. Uh, should have got you some Mr. Mike Walters in the house. Hey, Mike, did you hear about the passing of John Irwin? No, I did not. And who is John Irwin? I know I should probably know, but I don't. Uh, Mama wants bacon cheeseburgers today. Ooh, chocolate Oreo cake for dessert. I'll never eat Oreo anything ever again, but enjoy. And yes, some of it looks very inviting. Dark and smeary. Yeah, I mean, there's not enough contrast, you know. There's way too much going on. We looked at some covers yesterday. There was way too much going on in the 90s. Just because you can pack it all into a cover, to me, I'm like of the Alex Toth type thing. If you can chisel it down to the very basics, and that's the way I try and design the characters. Some of the character designs get complex, but I work up from a very basic, which is easy to do because you have to do that with every figure you draw. Start out with the basic human form and then build upon that. And it's a progression, but I don't like, I mean, I like complex looking characters, but you have to think, okay, I have to draw this for every panel again and again and again. Just like an animation, keep it simple, you know, keep the original design simple, and then you can level up over time. Or, because everything takes time, right? Uh, yeah, well, a lot of it is way too dark. And I'm with you, Rex. Oreos are just too sweet for me, but I get why some people like them a lot. Yeah. Uh, yeah, just give me a nice slice of pie. You know, I used to be able to eat sugar by the gallon as a kid, and I was hyperactive, bouncing off the walls. Ice cream and candy. I didn't really run away from home, but they said, no, you can't have any more ice cream. So I grabbed my pennies and I walked to the freaking store, which was miles away with my cousin. We both got whooped big time when we got back. They thought we'd run around, they caught us on the road coming back. Um, but we got our ice cream, you know, don't tell me I can't have any more ice cream or candy. Fudge AI. I'm not a huge Oreo fan either, but Mama Honk's birthday, she gets what she wants. Absolutely. Uh, Irwin was an actor, voice actor known for his work with Flint's Filmation. Oh, wow. Most notably, he was the voice of He-Man, Prince Adam from the 80s He-Man and She-Ra cartoons. No, I hadn't heard that, Mike. Everyone's saying happy birthday to Mama. So, what's coming down the pike? Well, a lot of things. A lot of things are coming down the pike. We don't have time to discuss them all today, but I'll try and give you, a heads up on some things. Let me click on this. Make sure that's muted so I don't get any echo. If you hadn't hit that like button or subscribe button, what are you waiting for? Some of you may already be subscribed to Dean Robert Willett's X account. I dropped that in the chat. Uh, he posts, some great stuff on comics. If you're not sub to him, you might consider sub to him. Here's an example. I love to look at these UK covers that we didn't get to see. I take it that's the Chameleon, and it says it there on the cover. But yeah, that looks like the Chameleon. But these are great. Uh, the UK had some great stuff that we never got to see here in the States, and they're magazine size. You can tell how old they are by like 5 pence, 1 pence, uh, you know, non-glossy covers for some of these larger ones. Now, some of them had and most of them were black and white insides. Yet not all of them, they do have some color stuff. Love this one. This is kind of reminiscent of the Batman cover where Robin's jumping through the hoop. Of course, he came out of the circus. Um, I'm going to say Jim Starlin on this cover. Definitely. Love that one. This is the type of stuff that a lot of UK people probably have and uh, in their collection, and like Glenn Fleming. Hope Rex makes those Rex pads. Well, I don't know about that. Is that a high priority for me to, you know, have my head on a pez stem? Maybe eventually, but I feel like the very first one needs to be Devil Flyer, you know. And then we'll price some things out, and then it'd be cool to have your own likeness on an official Pez, though. I don't know on resale, till you become kind of famous like Stan Lee, how it's going to sell. But, you know, character wise, I think, yeah, Devil Flyer, that's cool looking. Bog, that's cool looking, or some of the other characters. If anyone has time after the stream, please check out my Night Vale sketch card I posted. Eric says. Now, Shadowhawks, that's pretty cool. I could see that doing that over my own head, over my own face. But both of them are very cool on their glitch. That was a great idea to do those. Here's a Spider-Man Comics Weekly. These things came out weekly. Of course, I guess they could in the UK because a lot of it was reprint material. But some great covers on those UK comics. He features a lot of the ads too, and these, at least for the DC ads, they've come out with the sort of Hostess Twinkies or their other products. They've come out with that in a small digest size book recently. But he posts a lot of Dean Roberts Willett's on X. Post a lot of that. He posts a lot of covers, UK and comics. Nice early Falcon book here. I mean, that might be his second appearance there. I highly recommend, if you can't get the first appearance, get the second appearance. The Falcon was in that early 90s Avengers show that I was just watching. There's a Gil Kane cover. Look how dynamic that is. Scorpion and Mr. Hyde, I guess, back there. Little Salvacema. This is Gene Colan here. That's an earlier one, 120, before the Falcon showed up. Gene Colan just doesn't always do it for me. Sorry. I know. Happy Friday, friends. We were, Gable, your ears were probably burning. We were, hey, Howder. We're we were talking about your lettering. Perhaps a Dino Rider Rex Pez. Yeah, that's an old joke. Eric, and getting older and stellar by the day. Del A in the house. What is coming down the pipe? Well, stick with us and you might find out. Willie Rex Christian Pez head come with albino action. Well, it'll go up and down, kind of like this show. So now I need to draw up a Devil Flyer Pez head. Well, that would probably be a good thing to do, yeah, because we will need those mock-ups to show them what we want. And then again, I may have to pay their artists to do it. But, we would have to give them reference shots for sure. My recent video has received a lot of views and likes and comments already. I'm surprised. And what was that? What was your subject matter on that? Was that a draw stream or what was that one? Was that the sketch card that you were working on video? Deal with what? What should I deal with there? Deal with it. Deal with what? Howder slipped in here and I didn't really get to say hi. I did see. I mean, I did, but that's only because I saw somebody else's greatest smile. I don't know. Yeah. So ads galore. I'll just let me share screen here. I'll show you. Be small for some of you that's on your phone devices. I can't help that, unless I individually highlight something like this, which may be in segments. There's no G.I. Joe, probably from the 60s, probably 70s here. We saw that. And then ads for comics, early ads, which are cool. Some of the ads can increase. Here's one with the Eternals. Uh, he'll do certain pages from certain books. Love this Star Spangled War comics with, uh, showing Robert Kanigher's writing, and he wrote all those, and Gene Colan. There were model kits that were available, some letter pages he highlights. Like I said, the covers. Here's one I have. There's one of those Star Spangled War stories where they had dinosaurs in the first Suicide Squad. I'm trying to collect all those. Look, here's a wonderful Gil Kane cover. Simple but wonderful. And that one's early one, inked by Gil Kane. He didn't always ink his stuff. That's from the 60s. That is early indeed. And, if you're like this is, Hostess Cupcake ad. If you like Sal Buscema's Incredible Hulk, which I did, the first Incredible Hulk that I saw in a comic was done by him in Defenders number 15. So if you're a fan of, I don't know that they've come out with, a book, a digest book with all that for DC. I wonder if they did Marvel. I imagine they did. But yeah, this will give you an idea of the stuff that he has over there on X. Kind of took an interest in this one. The old pinups have actually got that Joker uh, artwork. Uh, in Brazilian, and it's in Portuguese. Instead of saying ha ha ha, he's saying like oh oh oh, something like that. Um, those were posters back in the 60s, hobby kits. like I said, ads. There's some Mooney artwork there. Ross Andrew and Jim Mooney. Jim Mooney's not talked about a lot. I liked his stuff on Legion of Superheroes. Well, I mean, he did like Supergirl in Adventure Comics in those Legion issues. I think I have this. My Greatest Adventures. My Greatest Adventures became Doom Patrol. Featured Doctor Who here. It's interesting. Look at these. Look at these from Black Panther 7. Just the visceral energy that Jack Kirby artwork had. I see people are starting to do the math on if Trump gets rid of income tax, it will give the average American families 2,500 back per month. That's cool. Yes, yes. I have to, it comes with white unflavored Pez candy. Yeah. Okay. Let's see how it is. Gang up on Rex Day. I got it. But yeah, man, there's just something that's very visceral with probably Mike Royer, I'm pretty sure, doing the ink over Kirby. Um, just every panel is just dramatic the way he draws it. There's something that's very inspiring and energizing about looking, especially at that 70s stuff that he was doing. Some of these hostess ads really weren't that bad, to tell you the truth. You know, they were actually pretty good. We'll put pep in your step. There you go. I didn't know Captain. I don't know if this is real. Back in the day, probably the '60s. Uh, Gil Kane artwork there on the. I assume that's a real, crunchy corn cereal ad. That'd be interesting to know if that's true. Doctor Evil was Captain Action's, main villain. Really, I've got a reproduction of his action figure from the '60s. It's a huge, huge thing. Gil Kane with Murphy Anderson inks, I believe. I don't know. Is this? I think that's right. I don't know if Captain Action ever came to television. Did he? Well, yeah, I think there was a Captain Action. He was the action figure that you would, switch the heads. Here's some original artwork. Gil Kane. Well, you can tell that. There's a fist making contact, although it's kind of obscured. Look at that. It's so cool. Doctor Evil might be one of those living brain characters too. He's got the eye stalks and everything. Rex may consider eating mayo on turkey and tuna sandwiches. No, nope. Sandwiches, no. Extra mayo, no. Got my copy of Downcast. Oh, 4 today with the Shelby cover today. I'll show you all tomorrow on the high noon in here probably. Yes, I have a hard life. Yes. Goodbye, Sam's Choice. What's that mean? Sam's Choice going away? What the hell? Won't be affected by Social Security, but name brand stuff again. Well, I mean, is Sam's Choice really bad? Never heard of Duke's either. No, can't say that I have either. asked AI for a Batman action figure, and this is what I got, what it came up with. That's pretty dope. That's good uses, I guess, for AI. You could say, you know, make me a Batman design, and it might be so divergent that you could call this character another character. It doesn't necessarily have to be Batman. It could be Batman-esque. I do like that split cape at the shoulders. AI's used correctly has its choices, I'm sure. Some of these House of Mysteries. I think I actually have this issue. So cool on some of the covers. If you were a monster fan, um, Fistful of Fun. I actually had this Spidey belt, and I had a Batman utility belt as well in the 70s. I think I've got bits and pieces of it still. Remember when you can order all this neat stuff in the binders? That was always on my wish list. And you had mood rings. Look at that. You had with the Mandarin. I don't know if they had a Mandarin, but they certainly had Thor, Hulk, Captain America, and Spidey. The Mandarin. The little lights, little flashlights you could get. Love these old ads. I'll probably work something like that in later issues, once we get some books produced. The first Pep Comics #1, first introduction of Shield, the Shield, which predated by a year or months. Captain America. Captain America came out in 1940. I think this was 1939. First patriotic type hero. Pep Comics with issue 30 something would become Archie would take over the book. Love this cover by Ed Hannigan and Walt Simonson doing the inking on it. Marvel 2-in-1 annual. Of course, I love the Claw anyway as a character, but this is the first appearance of this Indian character, American Eagle. First appearance right there. Wonderful cover. First appearance of a character that's seldom used, but still, a first appearance and an annual. And I've tried to collect all those Marvel 2-in-1s anyway. I think out of all these early annuals, the only one I don't have is Thor. And I might even have that, but I think it might have a detached cover. Got that Sergeant Fury is very nice in shape. Fantastic Four one was given to me a year or so ago by Elsie. That's actually got the wedding of Breed and Sue. Apex Comics in the house. How are you? So you're like Gable of Trump is whether he does that with the taxes. That's kind of the make or break for you. I don't get that attitude at all, but to each his own. My main one of my main things uh, is he going to protect the electrical grid? Still looking for yours, Omer Glitch. I think it'll arrive tomorrow. It's due tomorrow. Oh no, I got your package. I actually wasn't expecting. I guess that package that I got from Elsie, the Doctor Who uh, hoodie, which I showed off earlier. I'm not going to put it back on. It was hot as hell because it's warm day. Be great. It's a breezy day. See the limbs blowing out there. So a lot of fun stuff over here on his X. Check it out, about all comic related stuff. That's Strange Adventures. There you go. War of the Giant Frogs. Dun dun dun. Still 10 cents. I don't know about this ad. That might be a Neil Adams ad. I just don't know. Neil Adams did some ads and stuff. When did you see this? See, I'm just so visceral. Just, Kirby stuffed, man. Just bam off the page, and the coloring. Coloring's decent. I'd rather see stuff like this than some of the modern stuff. Cover should, grab your attention. You shouldn't settle for just anything when it comes to a cover. The cover's paramount. There's a Captain Action that I own. Number 2. Gil Kane artwork. Not very long run in the comics. In the late 60s, around 67, I think. This is Joe Kubert. This was actually printed in digest form. A smaller book for like 50 cents retail. I've shown it before. Ad for Marvel Age. 10 reasons why you should pick Marvel Age every month. I think some of those are good investments. Epic ad in the graphic novels, which were neither novels or graphics. I have to say that just to poke at Gable. There you go. Little Mike Zeck Punisher ad. Choo choo choo. I guess Ross Andrew probably did a beefy looking Punisher. There you go. There's a classic one. Shield Wizard Comics. A lot of difference between Al Milgrom here, Hulk, and say this, which is Sal Buscema. I always love the power that Sal Buscema, very basic stuff, very different from his brother, but always fun. Some of it better than others, but always fun. And depending on who inked him. Excuse me. Random covers here. Baffling. One of my favorite quotes from movies. What does baffled mean? Lightning Comics. Remember Lightning Comics from the late 80s, early 90s? Different, swastika there on the... Are we getting this quality of covers today? No, man. I'd take any one of these, whether if it's in reprint, over some of the stuff that's coming out now. I remember this ad. Talk about, some good candy. That was some sugary goodness back in the day. This one here, I actually have production artwork too. Sold it a year or so ago. I can't remember who they said did the artwork on this. Maybe Murphy Anderson. He definitely did the bullet head down there at the bottom. John Carter. To me, it looked a little like a gem of Paro, but it wasn't. The detail on the scaling of the reptile. And there's your lizard representation for today, Lorenzo. Good one. Yeah. One of the very first comics I had was one of these 100-page 60 centers that came out in 1975. The Vampire Soul. Always a lot of fun. That 1976 here. Ernie Chan, I believe. And Bernie Wrightson. Might as well show the Bernie Wrightson one, right? That's a pretty neat story where he gets tricked into a cave. There's that little digest. The original Ape Man. Do you have a favorite inker? I have some favorite inkers. Some I don't much care for. There's that bat utility belt again in another ad. And Joe Kubert drew those for those Hero magazines. Super 7 does some fun stuff. Yeah. I picked up a few not long ago, along with John Carter Bronze Age comics at a good price. Yeah, I remember you telling me you had picked up some John Carter of Mars books. You have that swamp action figure? Kate and Orlando, hello. And he doesn't give you much chance, does he? And he shushes you. The hell? Kate's here. We had to shush her. Great Eternals issue. I don't know. Was the Eternals good series? I mean, it was Jack Kirby. And like I say, Jack Kirby stuff um, you know, is dynamic. House of Mysteries, Dial H for Hero, the original shot. I have this one. They really weren't that great. But this was Ben 10 before Ben 10. Love this Gemini character. Very cool. Pat Broderick did some Captain Marvel. Remember that in the latter issues? That might have been one. There's a Gil Kane cover, an early issue of Captain Marvel. Marvel. I remember this ad here for the Thing and Avengers annual, which I bought, which had Annihilus and Blastar, others in it. Super Adaptoid, which had all the powers of or most of the powers of the Avengers. Kind of like Super Skrull. This is pretty neat because, they had to have different layers for that. They, no purple layer and a green layer. It wasn't ink traditionally, just done with color. Bob Hope, he was in the comics along with Jerry Lewis. I bid on a bunch of Jerry Lewis's. It doesn't look like I'm gonna, um, win any of them. But there's a Jim Steranko cover on the right there, Captain America. Jack Kirby there on the left, Fantastic Four. This was an interesting ad there. Look how they made, how grizzled, they made Jonah Hex. What the blazes are you all half-witted mountain goats staring at, huh? If every last one of you don't clear out of here fast, I'll... My God, that face, it's him. He's some kind of a freak. The guy's packing a gun. I don't know if yeah, look at them. They're hightailing it out of there right now. G.I. Joe was in Showcase. First appearance of G.I. Joe in comics, I believe. Probably Joe Kubert cover. Looks like it to me. I don't have that particular issue. Also, James Bond with Dr. No was first appearance in Showcase. Showcase starting the Silver Age. Little Don Heck artwork here of Captain America. And on that shirt is Kirby, but early Avengers. Remember all these ads from the 60s if you've seen some 60s stuff. Always love this type of stuff. Even if you didn't get the issues, you got to see what the covers look like. Some nice ones. You know, if any comics had such nice covers with their books today, and I'm not saying they don't, they had no problem. Of course, we're not on a monthly basis. I understand that. Remember Major Matt Mason? I've seen some of the ads and stuff, but yeah. I don't know if anybody had any of that. I sure didn't. Oh, I love these painted covers from Dr. Solar. The painted covers were so neat. It's another Dial H for Hero. In an early one, here's a Giant Boy, but not the Giant Boy in anybody can use that name, I think. Never can remember his name, and I said it earlier. The artist that I said worked on Superman or Supergirl rather, in those adventure comics with the Legion in the 60s. Mooney. It was a Mooney cover. But Plastic Man made his first Silver Age appearance. He becomes Plastic Man in one story. If you create a comic with anyone you wanted, Rex, who would it be? Well, you know, I was asked something similar to that by Jason Bascom, and he might have thought I was putting him on, but he said, I actually have this book here. I think that's a Dale book and has a variant back. You know, on a lot of those Dales, they had either a cartoon or an ad, and I had the variant that has the cartoon on the back. Of course, Buster Crabbe, he was on TV at the time in the 50s, Captain Gallant, the Foreign Legion. I would say probably Jason Bascom right now. Here's some of the insides of that. One thing I didn't like about the, DC, they were a little late on this. They didn't give credit to the creators. They didn't have who did the penciling and the inking and stuff like that in the book, like Marvel Comics did at this time. It's Jim Mooney artwork here. Another cool ad. I bought this detective comic just simply because it had such a neat cover. What if the Avengers had fought Galactus? Cool Kirby inspired cover. Another one, vision of the Avengers conquered the world. What if? Love those what if covers. Very nice Avengers. I own that copy, actually. Justice League Quarterly. I've got some of those quarterlies. I don't have this one. It looks like a big Booster Gold artist was Dan Jurgens. It might be a Dan Jurgens cover. I'm not sure. Atomic Rabbit out of Charlton. I've never seen Atomic Rabbit that I know of, that I can remember. But now Atomic Mouse, I've seen Atomic Mouse done by Al Fago. It's Al Fago's heavenly birthday not too long ago. Don't think I own this one. Atlas. This is issue 3 of Iron Jaw. That's a goal of mine to get like all 56 issues or whatever Atlas produced in the mid 70s. I think it's a doable goal. Some of them you can still get in pretty high grade for not much. Gorilla covers. Gorilla covers were big in the 50s, 60s, 70s. I'll be doing a Gorilla cover here pretty soon, or having Russ do it. Brian Ballin cover. Moana Beast. You don't get to see him much. Yeah, Jason Bascom would be cool to create something, with his artwork in mind. John Byrne cover here for issue 200. One of his simpler covers. See which one that is. Batman, that's nice. Alfred Down and Out, Angel or Devil. Look at this, man. What a splash page. You see the chandelier, the china, the books, the frame, picture back there, the drapery. It's all fairly flat, but there's so much in there. Jack Kirby, what a beast. Look at that. Kirby crackle explosions. And there's your swoosh. It's not a shush, but it's a swoosh. Tomazuma. See that jet? I just hear Johnny Quest going off in the background. Boom, boom, ba-da-ba-da-bum-bum. What if Venom had possessed the Punisher? Let's see what this one is. Yeah. Archie magazine. That's a cool cover. Black Hood. The Thing. Steve Ditko did a lot of that. In fact, this is probably a Steve Ditko cover. One of his early stuff into comics was this Charlton title. He and Charlton go way back to his original Unexpected here. It used to be Tales of Unexpected, and it changed titles. Neat with the paper clip there on the cover. Joe Kubert cover here. One of the nicest Joe Kubert covers I've seen. Out of This World, that's another one that Steve Ditko worked on a lot for Charlton. Those are some nice books. Grifter #1, DC Grifter. Barry Windsor Smith cover. Look at that. Wildstorm Rising, part of the Wildstorm Rising. Everybody chatted themselves out. No chatters today. after a time. Infinity Inc. There you go. This might actually be one of the issues that Todd McFarlane, I believe that's Todd McFarlane cover there. You wouldn't tell it. It's early stuff, but that's Todd McFarlane. Yeah. Okay. I'm reading the credits now. Yeah. Used to have all those. Well, I don't think I had this one. Here's some more lizard for you. That's cool. Kind of a split cover without being a split cover. Trapped in an iron bat. That's cool. That's a newer one from about, 10 years ago or more. Miss America Comics. I didn't have this one. That's cool. I'm going to have to pick that one up. I missed a bunch of those. When I want to say something, I send it to Shadowhawk. I have my to get list. And also share some cool comics with him. Nice Ghost Rider. They had some good ones. Battlefield Action. That's an early one. Charlton goes back. Timmy the Timid Ghost. Have you ever seen Timmy? That was Al Fago too. Masked Rider. The Shoe Story premium giveaway had Timmy the Timid Ghost in that as well. Talon the Golden Eagle. Got some Masked Rider. I don't have that particular one. There's an old Atlas ad right there. Atlas Fantasy Shop. Didn't last very long. Didn't last, but just, they're about a year. Less than a year. Oh, there you go. Larry Lieber drawn there. That's Stan Lee's brother. He was editor-in-chief at Atlas, I believe. Did the letters page. There's one from Iron Jaw. That Tales of Evil is that's featured there. Is a Rich Buckler cover, one of the nicer ones that came out actually. Space Western Comics. How about that? Spurs Jackson and his Space Vigilantes. Wow. Now it can be told the Madman of Mars. Wow. Fighting Nazis. Cowboys and Nazis. Wow. In space. That's a cool cover. I just like the coloring on that. Wow. That's cool. Charlton did some good books back in the day. Yellow Jacket. Some of you probably thought that Yellow Jacket from the Avengers was the original Yellow Jacket. Well, he wasn't. Here's the original Yellow Jacket from the Golden Age. Peacemaker. Of course, he's had his own TV show. Have anybody been watching that? And is that still going or has that been canceled? I have Pizza, a good start to the weekend? No doubt. Is it tuna and sweet corn and prawn? I hear it's lush. And I'll keep beating that drum for a while. That's a nice ad. Date with Debbie, Anthro, Tomahawk, Witching Hour, so many titles. So cool. Dynamic. If I don't get off this, I won't cover anything else, but he's got such a variety of stuff over here. Yeah, there's a Harvey book for you, Race for the Moon. Look at that cover. Very simple on the coloring, but very effective. Very neat. Some of the artwork. interior artwork. Cool stuff. The Thing on Sputnik 4. Makes me want to grab that book now. Another ad. Corgis. New from Corgi. I've got a Batman Corgi still. With some of the original decals on there, stickers. There's a Ragman. We talked about Ragman a little bit yesterday. Yeah, Conga. Steve Ditko cover. He did all those, I think. Here's another one, Tales of the Mysterious Traveler. Ditko did a lot of these for Charlton in the late 50s. Sort of an, and he did this one here. That's Steve Ditko. Kind of a Phantom Stranger type character. Charlton would reprint a lot of this stuff in the mid to late 70s. So you don't have to buy these originals that might cost you a little bit of money. You can go back to the 70s and get them fairly cheap or cheaper. There's a Steve Ditko ad for The Changing Man, something he worked on in the late 70s that was canceled in 78, along with a bunch of other titles. Here's some Steve Ditko stuff that he did for Charlton in the early to mid 60s. Captain Atom, which is now owned by DC Comics. His original red and yellow costume. These had some pretty good covers, actually. And they reprinted this stuff in the 70s as well. There, even starting in the Bronze Age, they were reprinting some of the stuff from the 60s, 50s, earlier books. That's a great Ragman spread there. Look at that by Joe Kubert. Very cool. Anyway, I'm going to get off of this and get on to something else. Why? Because, I got to live up to the title. Elsie in the house. Sorry, don't do anchovies. I don't either. Miss America, very cool looking. Yeah. Yeah, and that book's probably about 10, 15 years old. It's not that old a book, really. It was their 70th anniversary. So, I would say probably 2016. Well, I don't know. Wait a minute. 70 years. Okay, that would be like maybe 2001 book. No, I'm sorry, 2021 book, I think. Okay. 86 was their 25th year. I know that. So 96, 30, 40, 50. I don't know. It's good to see Elsie in the house. So what's coming down the pike? Well, we got Midnight and the Roustabouts, pulp and comic combination. That's going to be cool. It's going to have a Russ Leach cover. It's going to be, I don't know how we're going to do the painted thing. I'll have him do the pencils. We'll think about getting it painted pretty soon. John Dillard will be doing the colors to the Jimmy Reyes cover. Trying to raise up money for that, to pay for that and make sure we're ready on March 8th. A couple days will be a year. We launched the Devil Flyer magazine on February 2nd. So we're coming up on a whole year of crowdfunding. We're doing a momentum makeover for the book. on March 8th on Red Valkyrie's show, an hour before this show. So that'll be 3 Central, 4 Eastern time. We'll be relaunching, if you want to call it that night. I just a makeover. I'll have to get her some reference. I don't know. There's a good chance she might cosplay Bog. That would be cool. Because, the supplement is all about Bog. It'd be cool if she did Cortex. Now, that'd be cool. And how would you do Dirty Joe? I suppose maybe a white sheet with, I guess it could be done. Those 3 characters will be in the supplement. Very, very, very soon, because I need to get on this and get a lot of pages done. Hope everyone's having a great Friday, Elsie says. You too, brother. Maybe I'll call you after the show. We hadn't talked. Easily distracted, folks. Take 2 and call me in the morning. Such entertainment value. You get such entertainment value on the show. Even when I'm not tired, I can't even get it straight. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about, okay, who do I want to do covers, this, that, and the other, I mean, planning, plotting, all this out. It's coming along very nicely. Can't wait to show you some product that's, be in my hands here pretty soon. Tangible stuff for fulfilling the campaign. I'm hoping I'm going to have to test this out. Will a 48 page, let's say 48 page magazine, if we keep it 48 pages and put some of those additional pages in the supplement story. And I'm not, opposed to even having a backup story in that, but we'll see. Definitely, I've got a lot of Bog artwork. We're going to celebrate that next month as well, on the 15th. 10 years of me drawing Bog from when I've created him. Got a lot of Bog artwork. I was looking through some the other day that I hadn't seen in a long time. And I said, oh, that could go in the book. This could go in the book. That's pretty cool. Done a lot of Bog artwork through the decades, paintings, other stuff that can all go in the back. It can be a thick dude, I don't know. Price point, I don't know. I'd like to do a cheaper, and I definitely don't want this supplement to delay fulfillment of the magazine. I make you that promise. It will not delay fulfillment. Now, that's a separate book that needs to be printed up, and we're also doing the sticker book. But the sticker book can be printed up locally. The supplement, we're printing up locally, as far as I know. The main book, we're not. That it's going to be done by another printer. The hardback, definitely not, because they can't do hardbacks. But yeah, I'm working on stuff besides, and just because I don't present it every day on here doesn't mean I'm not working behind the scenes. In fact, I've not wanted to go on some streams and even regular streams. So I can think and work whether I get any work done or not. I'm still not distracted by being online and streaming all the time. A lot of that's cool. Like Thursday, yesterday, I could have went on Nerd Bacon with Luke Stone and others, maybe Randy Zimmerman. I don't know who. I didn't. Friday, I didn't. Earlier today, I didn't even restream what they were talking about on the ones that I've been doing. Get your books out, Rex. I need stuff to read. Yes, and good stuff to read. Gable Pennyshot, send me some examples of your lettering, if you would. You know, if Keith Gleason can't handle all the work, maybe we can work something out. Carrie recommended you as a letterer. I'm not opposed to it, but I do like Keith's stuff, you know. But if it's good lettering, you know, and if it can expedite things, you know, I'm not opposed. And the money's in the kitty for it, you know, of course. Right now, trying to save up money, which whoever backed the book, which I did look, but whoever backed the Devil Flyer book recently, like since yesterday, uh, and made an eBay sale, got some tax money coming in, get with Elsie, do that other tax reform and have that money come in. I could have had H&R Block do that, but with them, if it's not the current year, you have to put the money up front. They wanted like $200. I was only getting like 400 something back. I didn't like filing this year. Probably won't. I like to get something back. $4 federal just doesn't do it for me. Yeah, I got Mr. Mutt. Yeah, I got the golden ear. I got 4 copies. I told somebody, I think it was Omer, I'm not sure, that I'd send him a copy. I've got 4 copies of that. In fact, I was moving. That was one of the comics I was moving around and putting order because I had some magazine boards and bags, and I put that with other magazine boards and bags, and I didn't like how it was in the box and everything. So, but yeah, I'll look through my magazines, see page count. Depends on the thickness of stock, but will a 48-page Devil Flyer book fit in a magazine board bag? I imagine it will, but I don't want it to fit in too snug, you know. Why did you ask if I had Mr. Muck? Yeah, I bought 4 copies off of Indie Planet. You need stuff to read. Well, you know, I mean, you get it in your hands, it's going to be like one evening's enjoyment, you know, maybe 2 at the most. I'll send you some examples, Rex. Yeah, you can send them over on X. I got to ask Tim, Eric, and some others if I can share them. Yeah, I got it. Eric's right here. You can ask him right now. I don't think he's opposed to that, but I don't want to speak for him. Gave us letters on Mr. Oh, yeah. Well, now, was that in the Golden Era story? And it's been, you know, but I could go in there and look. Definitely. I know where it is. A copy of it is. I know. It's like pulling teeth. I know. But anyway, uh yeah, what's coming down the pipe? And what was the full title today? Yeah, so long January. Things are looking up. See. Um Episode 1009. So we go into double digits with tomorrow. And Shadowhawk will be on uh tomorrow. He could have came on today, but I didn't check StreamYard and I had this set up ahead of time. Sorry about that. Sometimes when the titles strike me, it's like, okay, go set it up. Some of the titles I write down with my writing, especially if I'm sitting there with my dog in my lap. Yeah, I love you too, brother. It'll be good to talk to you tomorrow, and this will just kick the can down the road one more day, you know, for us to stream together. I already got Apex, Rex X and Apex show set up. I believe we're having Rex X. Is it tomorrow, or did we do it last week? I can't remember. I'm going to quit that show here pretty soon. I'm telling you. No more Rex X and Apex. But I did want to host one more time. And probably will show up for, I think we've done about 60 episodes. Do I have something better to plan? Look, man, I can always use my time better than to live my life vicariously streaming. There's writing and, other stuff to be done. Designing, that Kreger design. I went through a grueling process of months thinking about what do I really want to convey, for that 2-page spread. Then I tried to condense it down because I wanted a logo. And then I'm like, no, we could save logo for later. It really has to be a 2-page spread. High Noon with Shadowhawk. You did it last week. Okay, so I don't have my calendar here handy. So no Rex Hex and Apex tomorrow. Only High Noon with Shadow. I'll be over there if he sends me a link. Angels of the Renaissance in the house asking what's happening. I don't know. You tell me what's happening with you. What book are we reviewing tomorrow, Shadowhawk? He's always quite tight-lipped about what book he's reviewing. But I will be hosting the next Rex X and Apex, not this week, but next week. Do I have somebody special to come on with us? No, not yet. May or may get, somebody for it. I don't know. I figure between 3 comic book guys, 3, not 4. We could fake it. We could talk about anything, Sky's the limit. Thanks, buddy. I figured you would. But I didn't want you to feel pressured. Like, oh, Rex is begging for the link again. Yeah, what's coming down the line? Man, I'm just hard at work I've been taking a break from the Westerns from time to time. Like I watched that animated Avengers thing. Actually gave me an ideal, the Falcon, the Falcon design of his costume actually gave me a costume design, maybe redesign of my character Nano, which kind of had like a heartbeat type thing, and Falcon's, outfit in that is kind of jagged and everything. I'm like, yeah, that might go better, than what I had in, with Nano's character, because you're trying to do straight lines on curved surface, of the body. So that's always kind of challenging. It's a surprise for me too. It's been a busy week. Okay. I knew that was coming. I knew it. This is freaky. Have you ever seen this?
This creature might be the most fascinating and freakiest looking animal in the world. Meet the tailless whip scorpion. They look like a combination of a spider and a scorpion, and you may have seen them in the Harry Potter movie. But despite their intimidating and bizarre looks, they possess no silk glands or venomous fangs. They rarely bite if threatened, considered harmless by many people, and are even popular in the exotic pet
Hell
world.
no. Hell no. Hell no. No.
They have 8 legs, but only use 6 for walking, often in a crab-like sideways fashion, and their front pair of legs are modified as antennae-like feeler, with many fine segments, giving the appearance of a whip. They can be found in tropical and subtropical regions worldwide, mainly in warm and humid
Something like
environments.
that falls on your shoulder or your face and you've never seen one before, you're going to freak out.
They can grow about 5 to 16 centimeters, or 2 to 6 inches in leg span. Their bodies are broad and highly flattened, with a solid carapace, definitely one of the most fascinating animals in the world.
Yeah, and no thank you. Wow. Have you seen one of those? No. Yeah. No. Awesome character would be a demon collecting souls, wearing that skulls as a belt with boobs that shoot grenades. Okay. Those are creepy. Hey, Flip City. It's good to see you. Yeah, those are creepy. Forget about it. Forget about it. This isn't the way you want to make a woman scream, Rex. I know, right? But if that falls on your shoulder in the forest and you get a good look at it, you're probably like, hell no, I'm out of here. I'm just saying. New cover reveal, Phil Diaz says. I think we showed that. Launching tomorrow, Psycho Slumber. I think we showed this the other day, actually. Probably a repost with this Crimstone character. So Psycho Slumber launching tomorrow. Bathroom scene. Ooh la la. Also, let's see here. Also, Joe Sontag, Reaper Destroyer going out. Have you gotten your Reaper Destroyers? Paranoia Big Destroyer. I guess that's Joe's very clean kitchen. I'm impressed. Oh, wood cabinetry. Not a fan of spiders. Yeah. Spider-Man is fine. Yeah. Have you gotten your Reaper Destroyers? Fabrizio doing sketch cards of late. I'll have some official Momentum sketch cards printed up. Man, his stuff's really good. Talk about an underrated artist, you know. Go check out his channel for sure. If you like good draw streams. I got to show this. Captain Marvel. I like this iteration of Captain Marvel. Said it once, I'll say it again. I like this iteration of Captain Marvel. Of course, she was in the Avengers, so it kind of makes me. Of course, she made her first appearance in Amazing Spider-Man Annual 8, I believe. David Brink says this weekend Daniel will be working on the colors for the final page of Perfect 10, number 5. Hopefully, he'll get it done this Sunday. Getting closer and closer to the finish line, he says. Here's a panel of from that book from Genuine Comics, David Brink. Cool stuff. Dave's got some great character designs. Still waiting on my Destroyer box. Not disappointed at all yet. Yeah, well, I mean, you got like the Destroyer box, which has got a lot more in it. You know, they may send those out. You know, line art version. Okay. And of course, yours has to go up into Canada. Just thought this is a museum. Very cool with the coloring on that. Ivy. That building there was the National Museum of Warclaw. Roll call. I'm not sure how you say that. WRO claw, one word. Woclaw, Poland. Stupid Polish spelling. I guess everybody saw the cockfight drawings of Spawn by Ethan and others. So I won't bore you with that. We looked at Michael W. Snow autograph and books and sort of enhanced books yesterday on the show. Got great views on that, by the way. And thank you, everyone, for watching. So here is Michael W. Snow's X again account. He is posting like some signed books. This is First Man by Andy Smith. He's posting one a day. Some of his signed books from his collection. Here's a John Byrne cover. I actually looked up to see if this was a John Byrne cover. It is. I looked that one up on eBay to see if that was John Byrne. I believe I have that issue. Here's his latest ones that he put up there. Embossed cover here. Red full enhanced. Signed. I haven't checked my comments to see. Usually when I say, will you leave me some comments, which helps the algorithm of the company, even if you say your content sucks. It does help the channel, any channel, whether positive or negative. People who don't use their heads don't need them. It looks like an old EC panel for sure. Did you know that Michael Douglas was initially considered for the role of Gene Rascheks? Did I say that right? In Space and Starship Troopers, Josh Brolin, Matt Damon, and Mark Wahlberg were all considered for the role of Johnny Rico. Did not know that. Inglorious Rex 3 about to hit $262,000. Shane Davis says, we are blown away with the support from you guys on our third book. We will be taking this down in February, so make sure you guys grab yours. I take it this is one of the covers. I'm not that familiar, haven't been paying that much attention. I like this, though. Almost, it reminds a lot of Doomsday type character. Shane does good work, and he knows good coloring, Again, it has that modern feel, and there's just something about the modern digital coloring, it just leaves me a little flat. I found this very funny, and I did repost it. So sue me. Make America great again and bring back the Aunt Jemima character. Absolutely. And the Pocahontas character as well. Trump, liberating Aunt Jemima out of prison. Had to show this again because I own the original artwork at time. It's long gone ash now of the Avengers heads. This is just some of the Avengers heads that was on there. With the Beast. Tigera was in that early 90s. Also Wonder Man. Of course, you had Ant-Man and Wasp. Captain America makes an appearance in that first season or the So does Iron Man. Jarvis looks different. Even did Rick Jones there. Had even Gyrick, the character. Gyrick, they have a Gyrick-like character there. They never introduced Jessica, whatever her name is, Ultron's bride, but Ultron is big there. Captain Marvel or Marvel was one of those. Falcon was in that. So yeah, it was quite extensive, Star Fox, Mantis. Great page. I wish I had it today. I would fund my comic book Land O'Lakes chick. Exactly. Yep. Land O'Lakes. I want Uncle Ben. Yeah. Yeah, Uncle Ben. I think did they do away with Uncle Ben? Last time I saw he was still up. I think that's just like all the renaming that happened at the university over here. You had the Chickasaw building, you had the Indians, was everything was sort of Native American, and now it's like Red Wolves. They probably renamed the buildings and different stuff. I hate that revisionist crap. Yeah, the Dicko box, I guess, the boob box. Just a new of your cat. Okay. Not seen your cat before. This was very nice. One of the characters that was shown in that early 90s animated was Tiger Shark. This is pencils of Submariner going up against Tiger Shark. Very nice. Give me a second. I'll tell you who did that. Alan Goldman, I believe. I think that's right. I'd have to look at that. Pencils down. Check it out. Dark Angel character, Fantasy character. That'll probably be the next book that I buy, simply because the Devil Flyer magazine cover is on the splash page. What an honor. Talked about the Walt Simonson Fantastic Four run. Unlike Thor at the time in the 80s, I did not much care for him on Fantastic. Did you like those Fantastic Four issues? I know Shadowhawk didn't, because he wasn't a big Fantastic Four fan. But I didn't much care for, the female thing that was there. Sam Keith Wolverine here for you. See where Jason Bascom gets, cute gray kitty. Yeah. You start doing animal videos and you'll get some views. That is Sam Keith Wolverine Splash from Marvel Comics Presents number 90, if you want to track it down. 1991. This is a piebald coat. Shows up in one of 1,000 deer. Never seen that. Sort of a Dalmatian. Spotting. Oh, this was funny. You horror fans out there, check this short out.
Wait! Come here, you stupid bitch!
Whoever put that together, man, that's great. Loved it. Got a chuckle out of that one every time I watch that. Safeguard by Alan Goldman, Peter Palmiotti, and uh, Federico Scope. I'm not even going to try and say that. I guess maybe retro. I didn't know Peter Palmiotti was doing something with Genuine Comics with his character Retro, but maybe Retro fame. I'm not sure what. I guess he's doing inks. I guess he's doing inks for Genuine Comics. But some of his character designs are very cool stuff, high end stuff. I do like the coloring that Genuine Comics is doing. Yeah, like a deer Appaloosa. Yeah, my cat brings us socks after he's eaten his food. Yeah, do a video on that. Yeah, that was awesome, Choppy Theater. It was. I got to, I like that, man. And I mean, Freddie didn't stand a chance. He got blown away by the double shot, the double barrel shotgun. Peter Samedi rather says thanks for backing King Cryptid 5 through 9. Almost 300 packages have been sent out, and they have a little under 400 left to ship. Always great to see excited readers posting their books. Oh, I mentioned Gladiator the other day. This is Peter Parker that I bought, Al Milgrom cover with Gladiator with the buzz saws. One of my favorites, and that was my first exposure to Gladiator was in Frank Miller's Daredevil. One of the issues of Daredevil. I'd not seen him before. This is wild. This is a dancer in traditional dance of Guro people of Central Ivory Coast, known for its incredible fast and intricate footwork performed by male dancers wearing masks. Dance is often performed at funerals and celebrations and is believed to bring good luck. I have not seen this before. This is wild. Wild looking character. Uh, share screen here and I'll show it to you. It's like the Grinch that stole Christmas costume. That's wild. What's he got on his head? Is that a sewing machine? What the hell? It looks like something out of Whoville. Dr. Seuss character. Although way more frightening. Guy's got skills, no doubt. Wow. He's actually off the ground there. Have you ever seen that before? I better not show that. That shows Tatas. That's a Robert Crumb piece. John Adams in 1814 says democracy never lasts long. It soon wastes, exhausts, and murders itself. There never was a democracy yet that did not commit suicide. Fortunately, America is a republic. The founders built our government to last. Let's not blow it. John Adams, second president of the United States. This was an awesome piece done by Joe Bennett that Chuck Dixon posted with Asterisk and his buddy. Wait for it. There we go. That's cool. use AI to have him dancing in Whoville. Yeah. Be right back. Have to head to the store. Angels of the Renaissance set. Yeah, that's a cool Hulk piece. Joe Bennett, before they canceled him and fired him from Marvel, or he left Marvel, and then eventually did that black and white for Art T. Bear cover. He was drawing Immortal Hulk, doing at least some variant covers. Tiny Tot Comics. I think I showed this the other day, or one like that. I think maybe the one that posted that it finally came in the mail. Not seen this one. Golden Age comic. He says this is the earliest EC book that he's got. Yeah, EC Comics goes back to the early 40s, maybe even the late 30s. There's an EC book you've probably not seen before. Tiny Tot Comics, your first comic book. Oh, I got to get this, man. I've got a small collection of TV guides. Have Gun Real Travel. I mean, not Wanted Dead or Alive, rather, with the Steve McQueen. Hell yeah, gotta find this issue with him on the cover. That's cool, and put it back here on display. Like to collect those old TV guides that they have the right stuff on there. Tyson J. Rock, Rising Star Comics. Rebound number 2 campaign will be released today. Rebound faces off against the beautiful yet deadly Systema. 22 pages of action. Sign up below. I don't know if it's launched yet, but Rebound. I've got some Rebound before they even said crowdfunding. There's actually a black Rebound that I have issue that only like 500 of them were made, if I'm remembering right. Yogi Berra show premiered 64 years ago, rather, in 1961. Watch some of that. On January 30th, 1969, the Beatles performed for the last time as a group on the roof of Apple Records in London, the rooftop concert. Oh, yeah. January 30th, 1982. I Can't Go For That. No can do. By Hall & Oates reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Hardy Boys Mysteries debuted in 1977, Star Wars year. Starring Parker Stevenson and Sean Cassidy, premiered 48 years ago. 48 years ago. So, coming up here in a couple years, Star Wars will be 50 years old. That's incredible to think about, actually. I used to watch this, and then Nancy Drew came by later. This introduced me to the Hardy Boys. I didn't realize the Hardy Boys was a thing in books. 70s action thing. There's your dark blue Sasquatch. I don't even remember that opening, to tell you the truth, and I used to watch it every week. And when Nancy Drew first came on, I started watching that as well. Starship released Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now 38 years ago, 1987. I got to show you the picture to the album cover. I agree with Grace Slick. Leave rock and roll, which this was soft pop rock, to the younger people. Look at that. That's 80s. Wow. You want somebody to love, yeah, and White Rabbit. That's the type of stuff you need to be listening to. Jefferson Airplane. Patsy Cline released 64 years ago in 1961. I Fall to Pieces. In Excess, number one on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1988. Need You Tonight. I Need You Tonight. The Incredible Shrinking Woman with Lily Tomlin. Remember that? Premiered 44 years ago in 1981. Did you ever watch that? I think I waited until TV. Look at these cordless clocks from JCPenney catalog in the mid 70s. My God. Was our decor such, horrendous? No wonder Europeans hate us. Tomorrow review will be Bad Girl Action, Arcana #1. Okay. Don't miss episode 6 of High Noon. I'm on a track, man. I haven't missed one of those yet, I don't think. Maybe one. I'm not sure. Oh, look at that bitch. She cost me $100 bucks. No kiss is worth that. Was it $100? Okay. 1975 catalog. You remember this? Betty Crocker spoon and baked cookie dough, 1975, in a can. That probably didn't last that long. It looks like chocolate chip. Well, it says it right there, chocolate flavored chip. Yeah. You ever try spoon and bake? Or your mother, maybe? Can't remember that. I do. If I showed that to my mother, she might remember. Fully remastered collector's edition. Shelby Robertson was talking about this. Is it really fully remastered collector's edition of Rob Liefeld's historic Youngblood? If you're interested in that, I can drop a link. Fully remastered collector's edition. Kick off this April. I'll drop that in the chat for you. There you go. If you're interested, hopefully that link will be good. Dick Button passed away. Olympic great and voice of skating. Dies at 95. Just let you know about that. Billy Tucci, not messing around. He posts this seriously. Is there anything more annoying than misplacing the 100-round drum magazine for your M 1928 Thompson machine gun? Oh, crap. He's got a machine gun. That's cool looking weaponry there. I wouldn't even, I guess that's legal to own. I think those are kind of grandfathered in. Today was Gene Simmons' heavenly birthday. 1929 began in the UK, followed by Hollywood films. Hamlet, 1948. Guys and Dolls, 1955. The Robe, that was a big one. 1953. Elmer Gantry, 1960, which was a big Burt Lancaster movie. I believe he won the Academy Award for that. And Spartacus, of course, with Kirk Douglas, 1960. A smoker, she passed in 2010 at the age of 80. Gene Simmons, and not the one from Kiss. I always have to say that about her. Remember Gene Simmons? Maybe in some classic roles. We skipped one there. It's her heavenly birthday today. Also, stage, film, and TV actress Carol Channing, born on this day in 1921. Her roles, either on stage, film, or TV, were characters which had a a fervent expressiveness, and an easy, identifiable voice, whether singing or for comedic effect. Passed in 2019 at age 97 of natural causes. Wow, not that long ago. I do remember when she passed away, Carol Channing. Remember Carol Channing? Always had that high pitched voice. Walter's back. You were in Kiss. Okay. And Percy Helton. When you see his picture, if you watch some westerns, other things, you probably know him if you don't know him by name. Um, I just watched him in Daniel Boone. He played a character in Daniel Boone, the first season. Percy Helton, born in 1894, remembered for his numerous roles in over 100 films and TV episodes. Helton's raspy, uh, falsetto voice, plus his crazy manner, are unforgettable in film. Wicked Woman, 1953, passed in 1971 at age 77. Find you the picture there, and you'll go, oh, yeah, I remember him in many different character roles. Had a very unique voice. There he is, very, very young. Wow. But still very distinctive, you know. There he is on Gunsmoke with James Arness, Matt Dillon. I think he did some voice work also. And also, Heavenly Birthday of James Franciscus. A lot of people born in January 31st. He was born in 1934, remembered for his film Beneath the Planet of the Apes from 1970, the second Planet of the Apes movie, um, and the TV series Mr. Novak, 1963 through 65, The Naked City, 1958 through 59. A smoker, he passed in 1991 at age 57. Hey, I'm just reading it. Don't hate on me if I'm mentioning that they were smokers. And a lot of these early Hollywood people were chain smokers, maybe as much as 4 packs a day. You can't do that, especially the unfiltered stuff, and not it take a toll on your body. A lot of toxic stuff. Jessica Walters, heavenly birthday as well, born in 1941, successful actress who appeared in over 170 films, stage and TV productions, remembered for her role as a psychotic and obsessed fan of a disc jockey in the film Play Misty for Me, which was opposite Clint Eastwood, 1971. She died in 2021 at age 80. Play Misty for Me. That's a really good movie for Clint Eastwood. Kind of broke type out of the westerns there. Yeah, she played a good psychotic, you know what. Just checking the chat there. And also today, man, a lot of birthdays today and big names too. Susan Plachette, um, born in 1937, her heavenly birthday. She passed away in 2008 at age 70. Um, a successful stage, film, and TV star, she is remembered for numerous uh, films such as The Birds, 1963, Alfred Hitchcock, and for the TV series The Bob Newhart Show, 1972 through 78, and was also in one of the movies with Steve McQueen, and did some westerns herself. I've seen her in Have Gun Will Travel and other westerns TV shows. She had a raspiness to her voice, very distinctive voice. Susan Plachette. Gary Martin's latest sort of recreation of John Byrne Wolverine. All that inked by brush, because he inks by brush and nothing else right now. Yeah, you say that, but you're a smoker. He's joking, folks. He is joking. It is amazing the size of some animals out there, and breeds of animals. Check out this horse with its owner in the stall. That man, muscular. John's Long Box doing an open art auction, Rex. If you have any art to sell. Oh, cool. When's that scheduled to come about, Carrie? I hadn't think I was unaware of that. Here's a John Byrne cover from 1990 that I was unaware of. And I'd really like to have that one, actually. X-Men cover there. I guess that was their top middle, the Phoenix Saga. I guess that's a reprint issue with a new cover, John Byrne cover. That's neat. I'm going to have to hunt that one down for sure. Walt Simonson Hulk cover there. Shadowhawk, do you have that John Byrne cover? Just got notification for it? Okay. Is that happening tonight? Or, I mean, usually, you have to get with the person and. Kyle Prometheus, that's been on the show a couple times, says, here's a Jay Lee inspired sketchbook study from my dark art phase. So Kyle Prometheus piece inspired by Jay Lee. I can see that. Not sure what character that's from, but yeah, man, that has the Namor Jay Lee sort of vibe to it, on the anatomy. Oh, the auction is streaming right now. Well, I've got some stuff that I could sell, but yeah, kind of short notice. Also closing out tonight is Graham Nolan's Joe Frankenstein 3, The Eye of Ra. So that should be closing out tonight, probably on Graham's channel, his closeout stream. And reminder, Nate, Neosis, episode 5, that's coming to a close. Great artwork. We've had them on there showing this project before. Kind of like the colors to this. Like the multiple-eyed, armored character. Good character design. Some Frank Miller Daredevil covers from back in the day. I think I bought the one with the multiple-eyed dragon there. I found some of the stuff interesting. I just, for some reason, I'd always pay attention to it and knew it's probably going to be collectible. I do have all that stuff in a 5-page trade paperback set there. If his auction's going on live now and we were over 2 hours, I'll just call it quits. But don't want to overstream that. Some of you might want to go see if you can get some bargains, but save some money. We're going to have some interesting stuff put up on my campaign here pretty soon. Uh, and yeah, save your nickels and dimes. You might want to back the campaign to get some of the newer stuff that I'm putting up there. I'm giving you fair warning. We're going to be relaunching on Shay's channel at 3 Central, 4 Eastern on March 8th. The Momentum Makeover. It's going to be cool. Complimentary scheme? I never know what he's talking about. Anyway, keep collecting. We'll see you tomorrow. Bow for now. Thank you for the views. Thank you for the subs. We're only like 40 away to getting 500. It would help this channel amazingly and me out a lot if we could get it monetized with the occasional super chat. Woo! Oh, they say that's, and a mere pittance from YouTube, I'm sure, but every bit helps. I just mentioned it because I thought you sell stuff to help your campaign costs. I know that, Gary. Yeah, I don't know, if it's like drop in and, but yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing some stuff tonight. Not going to stream anymore, and I'll see you tomorrow on Shadowhawks book review, noon Central. No Rex, Hex, and Apex. That'll be next Saturday on this channel.